Hey there! Welcome back to Ride and Learn with Isan. Today, we're diving into something super relatable work, and we're talking about the 10 most popular types of work here in the Philippines. Whether you're currently one of those jobs or just curious, stick around and see if you've noticed these trends too. First up, the BPO industry. Business process outsourcing. Now, have you ever wondered why your neighbor's lights are always on at 3 a.m.? Chances are they're working in a call center. Well, the BPO sector is massive here in the Philippines, contributing significantly to our economy, from handling customer service calls for international companies to providing tech support. The roles are diverse and essential. Well, maybe you've seen someone groggily heading to work just as the sun is rising. Well, they're likely on their way home from a graveyard shift. It's really a tough job, but the BPO industry has provided stable employment for millions of Filipinos. And let's be real, who hasn't tried to catch some sleep on the jeepney after a long shift? Well, companies like Checks, Teleperformance, and Olorica are huge names in this industry. Well, I personally worked with Olorica for over 4 years, where I gained valuable experiences and I enhanced my communication skills, learned how to build rapport with people, and develop a knack of engaging with customers effectively. Next, let's dive into healthcare. The Philippines is renowned worldwide for its exceptional healthcare professionals, particularly nurses. So it's almost a rite of passage. So families often encourage their children to pursue nursing to secure a brighter future abroad. But it's not just nurses. We have doctors, medical technologists, and caregivers are in high demand both locally and internationally. Now, have you ever had a family reunion where everyone's discussing who's headed overseas next? Chances are, healthcare workers are a big part of those plans. And back home, you've probably noticed the long queues at our top hospitals. And that's where our dedicated healthcare professionals are making a difference every single day. Well, while prestigious hospitals are major employers, let's not overlook the dedicated professionals in public hospitals who handle high patient volumes with limited resources. So I have immense respect for healthcare workers, especially during challenging times like the pandemic. So I salute you, everyone. Teaching is another popular profession, and it's one that touches many lives. Whether it's in a local school or online, Filipino teachers are making a huge impact. So, with the rise of online learning, especially during the pandemic, many Filipinos have turned to online teaching platforms to teach English to students from countries like Malaysia, Japan, China, and Indonesia. So, if you've got kids or younger siblings, you probably had to step in as an impromptu teacher during online classes, right? Or maybe you've heard the classic, wait lang class, may pulsa sa keyboard from an online tutor. So it's not easy, but our teachers are doing an amazing job keeping the learning going. I've also worked as an ESL teacher engaging with Chinese and Japanese students online, and it was an incredible experience that allowed me to connect with people from different cultures and improve my teaching skills. How about you? Have you ever tried to teach online or maybe face to face? Number four, construction and engineering. So these fields are absolutely booming right now. So if you've noticed all the new roads, bridges, and buildings popping up around the country, you've seen this industry in action. The government's Build program is driving demand for skilled laborers, engineers, and architects. So have you ever been stuck in traffic because of road construction? Yeah, it's very frustrating, but it's all part of the progress. And if you've got friends who are civil engineers or architects, You've probably seen them juggle blueprints and site visits, especially when the deadline are looming. I also have 1 year of experience in a construction company working in the inventory department. So I had a chance to see proposal quotations, material pricing, and more. So it gave me a behind the scenes look at how construction projects are managed. Let's talk about OFW, or Overseas Filipino Workers, our modern day heroes. The Philippines has millions of workers abroad, sending money back home to support their families, from domestic helpers in Hong Kong to engineers in the Middle East. OFWs are making a huge impact on our economy. Who hasn't heard those emotional airports goodbye? Or waited anxiously for a balikbayan box filled with treats and pasalubong? So it's tough being away from home. But OFWs sacrificed so much to give their families a better life. Let's not forget the countless video calls that bridge the distance, even if it's just to watch a family gathering from thousands of miles away. So popular destinations include Thailand, Taiwan, Japan, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and more, where many Filipinos worked in healthcare, engineering, factory, teaching, or as domestic helpers. And also, the maritime industry is also a big one, with Filipino seafarers being highly regarded worldwide. Next, retail and sales. This one's close to home for many of us. Whether it's a part-time job during school or a full-time career, the retail industry offers a lot of opportunities. Our malls are more than just shopping centers. They're cultural hubs where people meet, eat, and shop. Now, have you ever worked in a mall during the Christmas season? It's chaotic, right? But also kind of fun in a way. So the endless stream of customers, the festive music, the holiday promos, it's all part of the experience. And if you're in sales, you know the struggle of hitting those monthly quotas. I know that because I'm now a licensed financial advisor and I'm continuously learning more to help my clients with their future plans. And my background in sales has been incredibly valuable in understanding clients' needs and building lasting relationships. Next, agriculture. Despite rapid urbanization, agriculture remains a backbone of our economy. It's easy to forget how much of our food comes from the hard work of farmers and fishermen, like rice, coconut, sugar. These are staples that keep our economy running. So if you've ever visited your hometown during harvest season, you've seen firsthand the dedication of our farmers. Or maybe you've got relatives who wake up at the crack of dawn to tend to their fields. It's a tough life, right? But it's also deeply rewarding. So regions like Central Luzon and Mindanao are agricultural powerhouses. So the Department of Agriculture is working hard to support our farmers with programs and subsidies. But it's still a challenging industry, especially with the unpredictable weather. Next, government service is another staple career path. And it's one that comes with a sense of purpose. Whether you're working in a local government unit or a national agency, there's a lot of responsibility and opportunity to make a difference. So have you ever had to renew your driver's license or get a barangay clearance? The people who help us with these processes are part of the backbone of our public services. And if you've ever tried to pass the civil service exam, you know how serious people are about landing a government job, right? Well, I also had the opportunity to work as an on-the-job trainee for a government service assisting locals. And it was an eye-opening experience that gave me a deeper appreciation for public service. Now let's talk about freelancing. This one's growing trend, especially among the younger generations. And thanks to the internet, more Filipinos are working from home, offering services like graphic design, writing, and web development to clients all over the world. So if you're a freelancer, you probably know the joys and struggles of working from home. Well, the flexibility is great, but balancing deadlines and household chores, Well, not so much. And who hasn't had to explain to a relative that, yes, working online is a real job? Well, platforms like Upwork, Freelancer, and more have made it possible for Filipinos to tap into the global market. Whether it's designing a logo for a startup company in the US or writing content for a blog in Australia, the opportunities are endless. Last but not the least, tourism and hospitality. The Philippines being such a beautiful country, it's no wonder this industry is thriving. From working in hotels and resorts to guiding tourists around our many islands, there's no shortage of opportunities here. Have you ever been to Boracay, Palawan, or Cebu? If you have, you've seen firsthand how tourism drives local economies. And if you've ever worked in a hotel or resort, you know how important customer service is. Those smiles and warm welcomes are what keep tourists coming back. Companies like Shangri-La and Hilton are big players in the hospitality sector. But don't forget about the smaller and local businesses that offers unique and personal experiences. Well, as someone who loves to travel, I know how important it is to make every tourist stay memorable. Sorry. So there you have it, 10 popular types of work in the Philippines. So did any of this resonate with you? Maybe you're in one of those industries or you know someone who is. Let me know in the comments below, and if you can relate to some of the information in this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe for more Ride and Learn with Isan. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.